One of the biggest parts of the Colorado Avalanche success that they have had this decade is because of Mikko Rantanen. He was huge for the 2022 Stanley Cup championship run that they had with Darcy Kemper in that, Nathan MacKinnon, Cale Makar, Mikko Rantanen, and Devon Toews and Gabriel Landeskog. Now, with it being a contract year for Mikko Rantanen next year, on July 1st, he is going to be up for the contract talk for the Avalanche, meaning they can extend him. So the real question is, do they extend him or do they trade him? Yo YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Rocky Mountain Hockey, or Hayden, back here for another video, and today we're going to be discussing whether or not the Colorado Avalanche should re-sign Mikko Rantanen. Mikko Rantanen was the 10th pick in the 2015 NHL draft, drafted by Colorado, 10th overall. He is currently age 27th from Finland. He has been the Colorado Avalanche starting right winger for a few years now, and it's going to be now the biggest talk is whether or not they should extend him. Now, here's the thing with Mikko Rantanen. Last year and the year before were two back-to-back career highs for him. Last year he played 82 games, had 55 goals, 50 assists, and 105 points. This year he had 42 goals, 62 assists, and 104 points. Plus minus was 19 in the offensive zone. He has been huge, and it is absolutely huge that the Colorado Avalanche re-signed him. Oh yeah, something else too. He was good for the Avalanche too on the face-off when MacKinnon went in, more on the power play, where he had a 53% face-off percentage, which was huge for the Avalanche and a big part in a Avalanche team that really didn't do much in the face-off in their own zone. So Mikko Rantanen did have an impact there. So now the question is, do you extend him or trade him? Because for those of you who did not know, it's been a little buzz around the Avalanche Twitter space is whether or not they should trade him, because some people view him at the height of his career in his prime. Do you trade him, get value for him, and help round off your team on the back end, on the third, fourth, fifth line, on the third and fourth line, defensive line, and just bring up Arturi Lehkonen or Val Nichushkin to go with it, or put Gabriel Landeskog there, especially if you're re-signing Jonathan Drouin and Casey Middlestat. So that's been a talk for overall for the Colorado Avalanche overall, and that's going to be huge, is do they trade him? And the answer to that is absolutely not. The man is coming off of two back-to-back 100-point seasons. He ranked top 10 in the NHL in goals, I believe, as well, and in points. 104 points, 105 points, and then, of course, MacKinnon having over 140 points is something you want on your first line. Seeing the ability to have two first-line players have being 100 for points is something a lot of NHL team want. A guy who can be productive next to your star in Nathan MacKinnon and Cale Makar on the defensive side. And it's going to be huge because with Mikko Rantanen, he has been huge for the Avalanche, not only in his shooting, being one of the best snipers at the wing position and overall in the NHL, but his ability to make the passes in the power play, behind the net, going in front too when he needed to, when Val Nichushkin was out there, but his ability to make passes, get the plays to MacKinnon, Drouin, Middlestat, Lehkonen, Nichushkin, get it to their Makar and Toews as well. His ability to get the passes off to them has been huge, and then not to mention the face-off. His best face-off percentage since 2019 he has had with a 53 percentage, meaning more than half the time he won it. And that's something you want to have in the NHL. A guy who has a face-off percentage over 50 is a very good thing to have. And that's one thing with Mikko Rantanen that you don't have. Because outside of that, you got Middlestat, MacKinnon, Ross Colton, who are your main face-off guys. But the fact that you have two on the first line, where if you want to try and get something going with Nathan MacKinnon, you can have him make that face-off for you. And with MacKinnon and Makar, have them be more dangerous and just have Rantanen win the face-off, so your two fastest and most shiftiest players can get to work on a power play, or can get to work on a empty net, is something you want to have the ability to have too, and that's what the Avalanche have with Mikko Rantanen. So I don't understand the trade talks going on. I get people want to try and save money, and he would, But you can also manipulate the cap by extending him. And I don't think people fully realize that, because he was huge for the Avalanche in their Stanley Cup run that they had, because that first line was huge. They were able to rotate Landeskog in with Lehkonen and still have consistency with Rantanen on the other side. And that's going to be huge for the Avalanche too this year, when you got a lot of guys you can rotate from first and second line, and him being one. So yes, the Colorado Avalanche should extend Mikko Rantanen. Let me know down below what you think. If you guys haven't already, hit that like and sub button. And as always, go Avs, go.